What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Respect the Game podcast. My name is Edward, named after a trilogy, that being my pops. Shout out to my mother and my grandmother for helping raise me too. Please make sure you go follow at EMEX for all your up-to-date high school, pro, and collegiate sports coverage. Will not disappoint. We'll keep you up to date on all that is going on in the beautiful, illustrious sports world. Uh, the Olympics are here. I don't know if y'all had a chance to catch our 3-on-3 game yet. But yeah, we got our setup and our background kind of looking like we still in the States, but you know what I'm saying? We at the Olympics, getting ready for the 2-on-2 tournament here pretty soon. But yeah, y'all know I said all that to say, what is a podcast without your brother?
And Soundhard Izzo Soundhard Surgical Picks coming back to a app near you, especially when football season gets ramped back up, man. Big brother Iron Man tapping in, man. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Getting straight to it. Talking about the Paris Olympics. Uh, right now, what's gotten folks' attention as it relates to Team USA basketball. Jason Tatum gets benched, does not play. Should Jason Tatum feel disrespected by being benched by Steve Kerr, Izzo?
Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely would. Coming off of NBA championship, you mean to tell me I can't make the rotation over none of these niggas? I would definitely feel some kind of way, feeling as though maybe I'm, top five in my position, and I'm not good enough for a minute. And you can't tell me that, throughout the entirety of the game, you don't think, man, Jason Tatum can run 7 of these minutes. Jason Tatum can get 10 of these minutes. But, Kerr said it was I'm paraphrasing, but a boneheaded mistake on his behalf. Um, what does that even mean, right? Because you're controlling that directly. So obviously he's going to play this upcoming game tomorrow morning. So there's not going to really be much of a story behind it. But I am curious to see how much he does play in, when he does get his number called. Games on DirecTV. I definitely feel as though he'll be able to capitalize. He'll make those minutes worthwhile because, as you can see, apparently they are to come by. Apparently.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, did Derek White play in that game?
Yes, he did.
Get out of here, man. Hey, man, Steve, what's up, bro? What you got going on? You got Jason Tatum, DNP on your. Come on, bro. Don't have me thinking. That's crazy. Yeah, I would definitely feel disrespected because Derek White was a freaking. Lord forbid Kawhi Leonard actually be a glimmering image of health. Derek White wouldn't even be there. So what you mean? Like I can't get one? But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't help. I couldn't help but feel, human instincts start to take over. Like this personal thing. But that's just me. But they say JT ain't got that aura, man. Ain't got that dog. Maybe this is that thing that get that. I think Steve Kerr know what he's doing. I think he knows he'll need Jason Tatum later on down the line. So maybe that's like if he could create an enemy for Jason Tatum, right? And he'd be like, you know what, Steve Kerr, fuck you. Every time I get in this, I'm not finna pass it to nobody. I'm finna get me. You know what I mean? Maybe that's he's instilling, he's creating that monster. Maybe he's trying to create that, that bully for JT to overcome, psychologically speaking. So maybe it pays dividends for US basketball down the line.
Yeah, man. So the minutes log 12-man roster, Jason Tatum along with Tyrese Halliburton also did not play in that game. Jason Tatum would have played, alleged. It was said that, but Kevin Durant decided to come back and play, and so that's what nixed out Jason Tatum. Um, the most minutes logged were by LeBron James, 27 minutes. Next up, Devin Booker, 26 minutes. Drew Holiday, 24 minutes. Stephen Curry, 21 minutes. Bam Adebayo coming off the bench. He had 20 minutes. Derek White, who you mentioned, Izzo, Derek White got 16 minutes.
Derek White getting 16 minutes is actually crazy. You're not gonna tell me he playing these minutes, and not once do we think, man, is Jason Tatum a better player than Derek White? Am I doing my team a disservice by not having Jason Tatum in the game? But again, this could be psychological warfare in order to get into the mind of Jason Tatum, to get him absolutely bullish on offense when he enters the game. Because if I'm Jason Tatum, I'm not passing the ball to nobody. And if this ain't what y'all wanted, then I'm sorry. Oh well. This is you created this monster. Throughout these 12 minutes, I'm gonna get up 10 shots. You can just bet it.
Yeah, man. The Embiid, who was like, I believe, dealing with injury, if I'm not mistaken, or some type of nicking injury, he played 11 minutes. He had the fewest minutes out of everybody that played, which is 11 minutes. I've seen some people use the explanation as to why JT not really getting burned is because the Olympic team, the Olympic matchups that Team USA is getting are not necessarily wing or guard centric. So you would ask yourself, well, why do we need Jason Tatum? I feel like understanding the matter at hand, this isn't the NBA, right? Where like you need to like key in on your 8 to 9 man rotation, so you kind of like have a flow and have a consistency with your team. These are arguably, for the most part, the greatest players in the world. And I don't think that whole we have to stick to a certain type of system in terms of like minutes so guys have a flow. I know you want to try to pay homage, and maybe it's trying to just be politically correct to have a certain type to show a certain type of respect to the opponent, but it's like, bro, get Jason Tatum the minutes from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to tell me what Derek White is out there doing Jason Tatum can't do. You're not going to, like, I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
However, my mindset, if you just want to try to fight and find a positive out of this situation, if you are the Boston Celtics, a fan of the Boston Celtics, I think y'all should be very concerned with y'all nucleus, right? Outside of Jaylen Brown, y'all nucleus go on this long season, you go through this long regular season, you go through obviously a deep playoff run and win the championship. And then the core of your team turns around and have to go to the Olympics. And shortly after that, you don't have that great of a window to rest, and then you look up and then training camp is here, and then you're already thrust into a whole nother season. So if I'm a fan, I kind of feel like I want Jason Tatum not really necessarily getting any added miles onto his body with the Olympics. I know people are going to argue, still say he's young, he's thriving, he's in his prime, but I'm looking at the long game, and I feel like it would have been a great detriment to the Boston Celtics as a whole if they would have had Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown all on the Olympic team, having very minimal rest in the offseason. Understanding that they're world-class athletes and professionals and they train and so on and so forth. But you just think about somebody like an Anthony Edwards, right? Anthony Edwards, we saw Anthony Edwards get gassed in the playoffs because he wasn't used and accustomed to being a numero uno and being that deep into the playoffs. And he was just gassed. We saw it out there through his body language on the court because he didn't have that experience. As a team who I would like to believe wants to repeat, or have a great chance, have a great opportunity and chance at repeating, obviously the best ability is availability, and them adding these miles onto their body and with the Olympics, I think could go against them going into next season. If it turns out, oh, you look, Drew Holiday, he's hurt or he's nicked up, or maybe this happens to Jason Tatum, he's nicked up, he's hurt. Yeah, so it's not all bad that Jason Tatum, I guess got slighted or didn't get a chance to play. Like I said, if I'm a Celtics fan, I want Drew, Derrick White, and Jason Tatum getting as few minutes as possible to lessen the wear and tear on their body as we try to gear up for another championship, to repeat for a championship going into next season. So that's obviously that's my take on it. Our brother, I am Sedacious. He just logged on. I don't know if you ready to talk or you squared up yet or not, Dacious. Just let us know before we move on to the next topic.
Oh yeah. I don't know what's up, Leon. I just popped in here.
Oh, now, excuse me, the question at hand is, should Jason Tatum feel disrespected by being benched?
A little bit. A little bit, considering, hold on. Yeah, I said a little bit because you're a champion, man. You at least should have 2 minutes of PT. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it. You know what I mean? But it makes sense though. You wasn't Finals MVP. You know what I mean? So yeah, why do we need you for real? You know what I'm saying? It shows to me how the world feels about Jason Tatum's superstar prestige or lack thereof. So for me, I think it's kind of disrespectful, bro. It's like, where do we need you at? I don't see where we need you or where you would really pivotally change the game or be an X factor. So I think he wins to do. Especially since you on the high and winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? You really want to prove like, hey, I'm the champion, so I should be the reason why Team USA has success. And that's really not the case.
Feel you on that. I'll feel you on that. Next up on the board. Well, I want to say, I feel like that's the best. I want to say the best for last with that. So recently, the suspects for the killing of rapper Young Fulio, they've all been captured and taken into custody. I've seen that of the five people who were arrested, of the five, there were 2 gangs involved amongst the 5 people, who basically is just like an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So like they both had it out for young Julio Fulio. Drove from all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way to Tampa to complete the mission and execute him. However, I'm not sure, and Black Peace is logging on. I'm not sure if you would know, Black Peace, if one of those 2 alleged gangs that were a part of the murder of Julio Fulio, was one of those gangs a part of Young Ace's gang, Young and Ace gang, or no?
Yes, Ace Top Killers, ATK, as they're known by.
Okay, so with that information, right? Do y'all think that the trial of this case could potentially end up being a Young Thug situation from the standpoint of them trying to paint Young and Ace as a co-conspirator who put out a hit on Julio Fulio? Is that a stretch, or is that something worth talking about being a possibility?
I think it's something to be said because once the investigation starts, you know what I'm saying, you really kind of can't leave no stone unturned. So, but I feel like time will tell with the investigation if there was conspiracy or not. And that's just where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Once the courts say what it is, we go with that. But yes, I don't think that it's something we can talk about now as if it was fact, it was already proven. But I feel like there is some evidence, but not too much concrete, which is why you need more investigation. Or not. I don't know. Maybe I said something wrong.
I mean, this is like the Young Thug situation, but I just don't think homie care. I don't think he really is too much worried about the consequences of law enforcement. He's pretty much said it himself, and that's the only difference between the Young Thug case and this case. I feel like Young Thug does not want to be in jail, and he cares. Yungeen Ace, on the other hand, he'll try to defend himself, but I really don't think he has. I don't think he has it in his heart to like make it that big of a deal. Like, is he gonna like plea deal or nothing, something like that? Probably not. But I don't think he's gonna be putting as much energy into his to his legal team and just, you know, like I said, I think he made his bed up, at least allegedly, and he's ready to sleep in it. So
Um, it definitely could be a passion, a crime of passion, and I don't feel like passion in a moment, but just more so, um, a running feud when you die or when you have two, close family members that die in a car with you, some odd years ago, like Yungeen Ace, from a targeted hit, your sympathy becomes non-existent for others. So,
Stuck.
so from that perspective, I can feel them in regards to whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Um, I got money for the war whenever it does start to rain, and that's the war in court too. So I mean, we'll see. Police will come out saying he can't breathe in Jacksonville without them knowing about it. So everything he's about to do is about to be highlighted, or everything he's ever done is probably going to go under a microscope now. So it's just, we'll see if their loyalty and allegiance stand firm when they start, handing out jersey numbers, because it will come up. Man, I know this ain't really your doings. Who sent you on this hit? Who did this? But like
Can
we'll
I,
see.
if you
We'll
allow
see.
me to interject, and I I could foresee this being a situation where, let's say hypothetically, these individuals solely acted on their own will, and Young and Ace had nothing to do with ordering this hit, being in contact with them, or nothing of that type of nature. But I can see this being a situation where, hey, this could get us more notoriety as a county, as a sheriff's office, if this isn't just we found we found who killed young Fulio, but we also attach and say we took down another rapper, because that just gives it more pop and more zest. And so I feel like that could be at stake too, potentially, not wishing that on him, just for the sake of conversation, and like a Yungeen Ace, and like we've seen like the quote unquote hip hop police and all that type of stuff, and them just wanting to.
We are not the hip hop police. We hope that everybody involved, uh, you know, we don't wish it to go either, or we don't have a horse in this race.
At all.
we're just calling
Disclaimer.
out with it, man. That's without
We would rather
investigation.
everybody be free and be with their family. So do with that information what you will.
Right. We like the injustice to be served justifiably.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna be a completely neutral party. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not one of those people that's just gonna say, oh well, they deserve it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some people, you quite literally beg for that. Like if you go listen to their music and you go listen to XYZ, so you can't really, I don't really have any sympathy for, if you living that way, you know what's coming down the barrel. You know it could either go one or two ways. Either we gonna ride near, or you probably gonna die. Like that's
when did music lyrics become sufficient evidence in court is what kills me. The reason I
a
ask
few
is
years
because
ago.
a long time ago, Rick Ross was like, I put Molly in our champagne, and the fans ain't come do nothing to him.
Well, technically, they did have to arrest his bodyguard for actually doing that. So there's that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Good job.
Yeah, neither did I.
Somebody paid for it, God dog.
Yeah, they were on his tail, and next thing you know,
Shame on y'all.
investigation came out on one of his bodyguards. So yeah, apparently she did not know it.
Real quick before we move on, Black Peace, for those who tuned in to the pod to hear your take. Should Jason Tatum feel disrespected by being benched?
No, because you have been absolutely non-dominant in a dominant situation, in my opinion. I feel like you're playing this team role, and but let me say that you have done nothing dominant to show that you're needed on the court. You have done nothing different than other players that are playing right now.
Yep, and Derek White is he's shown that. Yeah.
I mean, hell, man, like,
Man, cut the shit, man. Come on, bro. You should definitely feel some kind of way.
nah, I don't feel no kind of way. Who you gonna
So
replace?
you telling me Derek White is a better player than Jason Tatum?
Forwards. What forward he gonna replace? Thank you.
I don't even, man. No, nigga, not thank you. What the fuck?
Well,
That's not. I'm
give me
really
a
just
forward
kind
he's
of
gonna
appalled
replace.
that you even
Who you
saying
gonna
that, bro.
bench?
Like,
On
so
the
you
team
telling me that
USA
Jason Tatum can't come on the floor and do exactly what Derek White is doing, if not better? You mean to tell me he can't do that?
But at the same time, though, position-wise, who you gonna replace him with? Who you gonna bench as a forward? He ain't playing no two, and I do not want him.
I want this to be on record. I would gladly take all of Derek White's minutes and give them to Jason Tatum, and I will on the sideline sleep like a baby at night, knowing that I did so, with complete and utter disregard for Derek White. Because yes, Derek White, you were an afterthought. You really not supposed to be on this team.
They looking
So
at
if
him
I'm
for
Jason
lateral
Tatum,
movement.
the question was, if I'm Jason Tatum, should I feel some kind of way? Yes, if I led our team in damn near every statistical category in the finals, and they hold on, let me out. If I'm doing that, you asking me, do I feel some kind of way about a lesser player? White is he's a max guy. He's really a glorified glue player. Can he star and be a star on maybe, a third of the, bottom tier, bottom feeder teams? Probably, maybe, if he got like a spike in usage. But come on, bro. You're not gonna tell me that Derek White is doing anything exceptionally extraordinary to where Jason Tatum cannot replace him in the inkling of an eye, as my Lord and Savior would say. Shout out to the King James version of the Bible. By the way, these other versions of the Bible, be careful with that. Disney has bought the rights to the Bible, and in the New International Version, they actually took out the scripture in Matthew where it talks about, and the only way you can get rid of this demon is by prayer and fasting. So they must know that fasting is a really important thing. I don't know if I'm spirit roading us off the road to riches by debunking some potential sponsors. I just had Ancestry comment to me in the comments. I commented and said, hey, Blackstone has recently acquired Ancestry, and by doing so, they have bought the rights to your DNA or every DNA sample that's been submitted. So technically they own a piece of you. And then I found it funny that they only commented back to me with a very long thesis statement saying how Blackstone doesn't own any people. I said, well, why respond a little on me? There's no credence to that. So hey, I said all that to say, hey man, Jason Tatum, I think, could at least get, I don't know, 10 minutes on the court. Call me crazy. Can he not play a quarter? Or can we not split that up? Maybe 5 minutes in, 5 minutes there. But, you know,
I
if
said 2 minutes, at least 2 minutes. How you won't give him no minutes though?
I'm not gonna lie to you, like in a vacuum, is Drew Holiday a better player than Jason Tatum? No. Is Derek White in a vacuum a better player than Jason Tatum? No.
But they're going to hit you with systematically. Systematically, they
Dude,
fit better.
will be asking me, man, Jason Tatum can do that. Everybody's asking to take a backseat to what they normally would do. You're not gonna be this high volume, dominant usage player. Everybody's essentially being asked to play a role. And all I'm saying is, in doing so, if I'm asking Jason Tatum to do that, can he not do the same things that Derek White is doing?
Can Team USA win the gold without a coach?
I'll tell you what, we
No.
win if it's not Steve Kerr. I'll tell you that. I would be really comfortable with Ty Lue or Eric Spoelstra being the head honcho, calling plays and, you know, doing rotations and stuff for the team. I think this notion that Steve Kerr is just this
Coaching
basketball genius is a little overblown, if you ask me. As far as X's and O's and strategy is concerned, I feel as though over the last 5 to 6 years, I think it's been in my opinion, it's been explicitly clear that I think Spoelstra and Ty Lue can hang with anybody in the league, and they may be tops in the league at making adjustments and just pure X's and O's. So I know I'm not answering that question directly. Can they win without a coach? I don't know if they, you know, can win without a coach. I think the talent is definitely great enough, but I think you do have to have someone with a voice who's respected. And if that isn't Steve Kerr,
LeBron.
Well, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say if LeBron ain't playing, he can coach. If LeBron wasn't playing, he'd be a great coach.
I respect needing a coach and having guidance. I'm not saying like coaches shouldn't be valued. I just wanted to throw out there to see what the take was. That's all.
I can't wait for him to retire and coach.
No,
I just go back to that tweet.
I can't wait.
I go back to that tweet where it was just like, man, thank God LeBron James is 30. This fuckery won't last much longer. Boy, was he wrong.
It's still waiting, eh?
Man.
Nah, man. Moving on, man. So take a quick trip down memory lane, leading us up to the present day. At the time that it was talked about NCAA possibly making a comeback some odd years ago, I was on record saying that I believe that it is absolute cap and it was just a pipe dream. They just, you know, getting everybody excited for nothing. And they proved me wrong. And a couple months ago, we had a trailer drop for the game being able to be released and be able to be played across the world. And I was also on record saying that I believe that the college football trailer was trash when it came out. Still stand by that, by the way, too. But nonetheless, I was wrong in saying that the game was never going to come out because it has come out. It is being played all across the globe.
By you as well.
And the game is being played so much so that I myself am now back into the gaming community.
Wow.
It's been a long time coming. I set up my PlayStation Network account this past weekend, and the last game I had on file.
This nigga sound like a proud dad.
The last game I had on file for PlayStation Network was like
me and my sons.
NBA. It was like NBA 2K13 or maybe like Madden 12 was the last game I had on file for my PlayStation Network. And I'm happy to be back in the community. I'm happy to be back. I've always considered myself a gamer at heart. You know what I'm saying? But like to not have had a console in like 10 plus years, it feels good to be back, man. It feels good to be back, man.
Cue the baby boy and Yvette, me. Look, baby, just one last game. I promise. I'm coming back together.
Yo, so it's funny you say that, Izzo. So the story, me and the wife at the crib chilling or whatever.
Yep.
And she had the itch to go get the game more than I had. I'm trying to clock every dollar. I ain't trying to
This is
spend
sad.
irrationally.
Yo,
And
blame
so
my wife, Trick. Wow.
right, Isaac. But
It was really, I really didn't even want it.
yeah, I mean, but nah, she pushed for more than I did. And you know what I'm saying? I'm cheap. It just is what it is. I'm cheap. I was just probably gonna wait till Christmas or something like that. But nah, man, she pushed for us to get it. You know what I'm saying? It didn't really hurt the bankroll. I just had to not be cheap and let us have a little fun, you feel me? Um, and here's the thing, we were both trying to, even though she was more forward, I had text y'all and I was just like, bro, like I'm trying to find a valuable excuse for us to go get this game as adults with financial responsibility. So for all the fellas out there who trying to find a way to get the game or get you a console, you ain't had a console in a while, or like you know you can get it, but you're gonna have to justify it with your old lady in terms of like, why would you do this? The excuse that me and my wife came up with that justified us going to go get a PS5 and allowing me to enter back into the gaming world was just adding another layer of bonding and intimacy to our relationship. What better way to bond and connect with your partner than to play a game? So, I mean, I got a one-on-one. She loves sports. She's a gamer. You know what I'm saying? I married my homie. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So yeah, fellas, if you need an excuse as to why you need to go get you a new gaming system, just tell your old lady you would like to invest in y'all's relationship and adding an extra layer of bonding through whatever, through whatever gaming console it is of your choice, man.
Welcome to Respect the Game, where we teach you how to manipulate your wife.
Whoa, that is not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We're just teaching you how to. Nah,
This is for
man.
bonding.
You heard it, folks, here first.
But nah, bro. To be back into the gaming community, it feels good. I will say that, man, am I rusty? So much has changed since like I've last like been in the field like that. I see now why like everybody that's grown, they only get, shout out to my wife, she just won her second game of her dynasty mode. Yeah, I see why everybody play the game at nighttime now, because like there's no way like I just like you can play the game, at least for me, like I could play the game during the day, but like I know what comes with
You are
it.
gonna get matched up with a fucking guru who lives, sleeps, eats, and breathes this shit, and he is gonna make you reconsider life.
Bro, and I'm in that place where like I'm trying to knock the rust off, but I'm also trying to tell myself like, are we really trying to like go back like to like full blown A game mode? Or are we just
I
trying to
want to fucking impose my will on somebody. Is what I want.
Yo, Isaac, bro, like it's
If
like
I'm playing this shit,
I'm trying
I'm
to just
playing to fucking beat somebody's face in, bro.
bro, I'm trying to like
Hey,
ease my way in. I'm trying so hard not to nerd out and be on the game for 3, 4,
I'm
5.
trying to kick the door down.
Yeah,
This is
man.
me.
Weekends may never be the same, bro. Weekends may never be the same. Yeah,
Who's
man.
gonna be hitting the group at 3, 4 in the morning? Ain't went to sleep, y'all. Just trying to see if y'all up. If y'all want to get on, I'm on right now.
Yo, dog. Nah, bro. I'm
Send me a link.
We're gonna get them random. Why the fuck this nigga can't catch the ball?
bro.
Like, bro, I'm
I
sleeping.
mean, but also too, like coming soon, like with us having, having the game and stuff now, like Respect the Game streaming is like in development. So I mean, as soon as we get that up, make sure y'all go follow us on sure in the near future we'll all have a console and we'll be able to play each other, play other folk, and build up our streaming platform for Respect the Game. So yeah, man, it's just another layer. Also, too, investing in a podcast, another layer of added content. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
So if you got you,
welcome to Respect the Game, where we teach you how to manipulate your homies.
Manipulation is such a cool. It's not manipulation if your wife spearheads it. Okay.
Welcome to Respect the Game, where we literally force you to fucking respect the game, or else.
Amen.
Abrupt, but it gets the job done, man.
Amen.
But now, what's been y'all take on the game? I know you didn't play it. So I know you got it, Black Peace. I don't know if you played it yet. Have you played it yet? I had a chance to play it yet?
No, I've watched the gameplay on TikTok.
Oh, okay. But what y'all think about the gameplay thus far, man? After a long-awaited return.
I think it's different. It's not Madden reskinned. I definitely think it's a different engine in it. You can tell. Only thing I say is they got Jerry Junkins spin move super OD on there. I have yet to play with a top tier team. I did go to get my runners. Shout out to UTSA. My homeboy went and got Texas State Bobcats, the I-35 rivalry.
Yeah.
I did win 28-0 on that. It wasn't he did score, but we did end up, coming away with a W. Yeah, I mean the gameplay was good, man. I felt like
I think the spins is OD. I haven't played though, just from what I see on TikTok, bro. I see a boy spin.
Everybody's spin move ain't like that though. But if you notice with the college game, bro, if you got a dominant running attack, or if you got a talented skill position group, that's gonna correlate on Saturdays, and you're gonna be able to beat teams more times than not.
Yeah,
so that is a real thing in college, where the skill position you're just so overwhelmed and outmatched to where it just looks fake. So that is a part of the college element, But I like the game, man. I will say like the skill challenges as far as like getting Madden coin and completing the challenges, getting bronze, silver, and gold and stuff. That has been extremely hard, and I only played it like once or twice, but those challenges are really hard, and it just kind of reminds me like why I don't have the patience to go create a player, go do the stories and stuff like that. Like maybe I used to be like that when I was a kid, bro, but I can honestly say I have no desire to go create a recruit, go like run my life through as a 4-star in the portal or do all this stuff, right? Like I just don't have a desire to do that. What I like to do is just go put belt to ass to anybody who feel like they a nigga and want to just go play one-on-one. I'm that type of dude, so I'm just really more so there for pride. And again, to impose my will just to show others that you can't fuck with me for real.
To kill self-esteem is what he played from. He just want to murder your self-esteem.
Or if you want to put a friendly wager on that, like that's what I'm there for. I'm not more so there to kind of get my rocks off in a personal setting, pause, in regards to just playing story or game mode. Yes. Yeah, I know who I'm talking to. So
yeah.
It's sedation, bro. I was cool. Sedation.
That one earlier, I had to hold it in. I'm like, that's my brother. He's trying to get a soliloquy out. Don't do that. Don't keep it in the moment. He's being intellectual right now. He on point. It does not matter. He said very hard.
I think you imagine that. I did say the rock soft part though. I don't know where very hard came from.
You said really hard. You said really hard earlier. And I was like,
bro, if the game is really hard, bro, then I don't difficult. It was
gotta grow up.
It's extremely difficult. I understand. Extremely difficult.
Nah, I ain't gonna do it like that, bro. Niggas can't say hard.
All right, well,
that's what we at, man.
Run, will you it's okay. Send it to us when you edit it.
I'll say, For me, bro, I ain't played a football game, and again, literally like 10 plus years. So I'm just happy to be back in the gaming community, gaming world. Salute to NCAA for standing on their word and delivering the game. Gameplay is really
So wait,
awesome.
Isaac, you got it already, bro? Sean Horn, my bad.
I don't have a game.
Oh, okay, so me and you got to catch up. Bet that.
Not really though. I'm still debating if it's like I said, I played the game. I kind of scratched that itch, so to speak, to kind of play NCAA because it hasn't been around for 10 years. But it's like as I played it, I didn't walk away from it like, holy fuck, I gotta go buy
get
this.
this.
Yeah.
It was just more so like, damn, that felt good. Like, happy to be back, happy to be a part of it, happy to be able to experience it. Do I necessarily have to get it now? That's yet to be determined.